Well, welcome everybody to the June meeting of the Northwest Suburbs OFA Fiscal and Economics Group. What we're about is to try and give everyone the facts of what's going on with the economy, what's going on with the mostly federal government budget, spending, taxes, budget deficits. So you can use those facts to sharpen your arguments in your discussions when you have conversations about what's going on. On a side note, we're going to discuss briefly Illinois. They passed a budget this year. Illinois' fiscal year is July 1st to June 30th. We've passed the budget for the next fiscal year 2021 and was signed by Governor Pritzker within the last week. I don't remember the exact date. We plan to have a speaker from the Illinois legislature as a guest speaker next month to help explain all the details of what's in the budget. I sent a link to a different Illinois legislator's brief summary of what's in the budget. But one of the key things is the Illinois budget needs additional revenue in order to work as passed. They list two sources for that additional revenue. One is additional federal money, like is in the proposed HEROES tax at the federal level. And the other source of additional revenue is an increase in the state income taxes on higher income people if the Fair Tax Amendment passes in November. And the Fair Tax Amendment is something that we as an organization have favored, and we've had a couple of presentations on it, and we'll get to more detailed presentations again. But just as a reminder, Illinois has pretty regressive state and local income taxes when you total up the income tax, state and local taxes. You total up the income tax, the sales tax, the property taxes, all the fees for our license plates and city stickers, and everything else. Basically, the top 1% pay 7.4% of their income in state and local taxes, and the bottom 20% pays 14.4%. And so the Fair Tax Amendment plans to raise taxes on the top 3% of incomes as currently planned based on the tax rates that have passed in the legislature. And for pretty much everybody else, you hold even or as a very, very, very small cut, but not really significant. The tax rate on the top income earners are going to go up a full 3% for those people who earn more than $1 million a year. So that top 1% would go up to 10.4%, which means that on an overall basis, they'll still be paying a lower percentage of their income in total state and local taxes than pretty much everybody else in the state. But it's a move in the right direction, an improvement, and so we are for this amendment. Here are a couple of slides that explain the Fair Tax Amendment. These are from the Yes for Fair Tax organization. And I would just mention that, some people say, how can you trust the legislature to not change the tax rates? How can we trust the legislature to not raise the tax on the middle class? And the point is, if we don't pass the Fair Tax Amendment and the legislature needs to raise taxes, they have to raise the rates for everybody. So it guarantees that they will raise the rates on the middle class and even the lower income people. Well, with the Fair Tax Amendment and the rates that have been passed, they won't. And most of us will get little or no change in taxes. To the extent it changes, it goes down. It's only the people that are over $1 million a year that get a big bump, and people over $250,000 a year that get any bump at all. So we need to get this passed. When you vote in November, you need to remember to vote yes on the Fair Tax.